Y'all, I called it. What have I been telling you? I called it. What is going on? What is happening? You saw the title of this video. We're going to dive in. The police are pushing back on the Secret Service and they are dropping their receipts. I'm living for it. And if you're new here, hello guys, how are you? My name is Joy, and I am so excited to share this piece of news with you because I think we are all just so fed up and done with the Secret Service, which is under the Biden administration. Also, do you guys love how crazy my hair is getting? It's just getting crazier and crazier. It really depends on the time of day I film. But let's dive into this because here's the headline. The headline reads, Secret Service was told police could not watch building used by Trump rally shooter. So we're going to dive into this article in just a second, but I want to give you guys a recap. So at first, what we heard from the Secret Service was because we were like, why was nobody manning that building? Why was that building just sitting out like a sitting duck for anybody to do what they wanted with? And they said, no, we were surveying it. We were on it. And then it was, no, the local police. It was their job. Then it turned into, we couldn't have anybody on the roof because it sloped, even though the roof that the snipers were on was sloped. And we have just a billion photos of Secret Service on even slopier roofs. And then they said, no, we had it covered. So this was Kim Cheadle. She is the head of the Secret Service. She came out and said, guys, we were stationed inside the building. Then it came out, no, we weren't stationed inside the building, but we told the local police that it was their responsibility to man this building. Police are swinging back, and I love it. And I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to this situation, I am pro-police. I am on their side, and I hope that they have every piece of evidence to shut the Secret Service down, because at the end of the day, I love when they just keep trying to put it off on, oh, it's this department, that. At the end of the day, it's the job of the Secret Service to protect the president. Police, do your thing. Go after them. So let's go ahead and dive in. Also, I have another really interesting piece of information. They found some information on the shooter's phone that's actually tying into one of my theories I've had we'll go into. So let's go ahead and take a look. So once again, the title, this is from the Washington Post. It says Secret Service was told police could not watch building used by Trump rally shooter. Don't you love this? Because also, guys, remember, the police have also come out and they've also said that they warned Secret Service, turned all the information over, sent a picture of this guy, said we need backup. Secret Service said nothing. I hope they drop these receipts. Amid probes of security lapses during assassination attempt, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell calls for Secret Service Director to resign. I think we all call for her to resign, and I hope that she does. I hope she GTFOs. So far, she said, I'm not going anywhere. And you know what? Even if she doesn't, Trump will get her out. Get her out, Trump. So here we go. Local police alerted the Secret Service before former President Donald Trump's rally Saturday that they lacked the resources to station a patrol car outside a key building where a gunman later positioned himself and shot at Trump, according to local and federal law enforcement. Richard Goldinger, which we've heard from him before, the district attorney in Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the Trump rally took place, said the Secret Service was informed that the local police department did not have manpower to assist with securing that building. My question is, why would Secret Service pawn this job off to anybody at all? That's not a diss to the police department. Of course, the police department probably doesn't have that manpower. They're probably a small police department out in Butler, Pennsylvania. They have to have the manpower to do the whole event, much less different. And how many other things did the Secret Service try to pawn off on them? Oh, I want them to spill. And it sounds like they are. They're not letting the Secret Service get away with this. So he says, Richard Goldinger, the district attorney in Butler County, Pennsylvania, where the Trump rally took place, said the Secret Service was informed that local police did not have manpower to assist with securing that building. Goldinger's account was confirmed by Secret Service spokesman Anthony G. I can't pronounce that last name. My apologies. Anthony said the proposal to station a patrol car and officer outside the Agar International Building, or AGR International Building Complex, had been part of the Secret Service's advance planning for securing the prominent structure, which had an expansive roof with an unobstructed view of the rally stage less than 150 yards away where Trump would later stand. Okay, so let's break this down. So he's saying that this was in their proposal to station an officer and a car out there. At all public events, the Secret Service works to guard against the risk that a shooter on high ground could have a clear line of sight on the president or other senior officials under the agency's protection. 5 former agents with experience securing similar events told the Washington Post that a police officer stationed outside the building might have helped detect the gunman sooner. 5 former agents with experience securing similar events told them that that could have helped. You know what could have helped too? If the Secret Service just did their job and did it. If the Secret Service just decided we're going to do our job and we're going to take care of this. And okay, so what? So I don't get it. Anthony G says, well, it was in our proposal that they do it. So what you're saying is that you failed and you lied. You failed and you lied when you said, no, it was the police who were supposed to do it. The police seem to be the ones that have been communicating with them the whole time and they've been ignoring everything. And now it's, well, it was in the proposal. What does that mean? Okay, so it means you lied and didn't do it. See, I'm so tired of these. I get so mad. You guys know me at buzzwords and buzz phrases. I'm a Gemini. I like to get right in the heart of what is happening. What is the central issue here? It's basically, okay, this is what it's like. It's basically like, I'm a former New Ager. I still have a lot of New Age ideals and things, but they drive me nuts. It's because this is the type of logic they have, which sounds like this logic. They punch you in the face and you say, ow, you punched me in the face. Why would you do that? They said, I didn't punch you in the face. You punched you in the face. What do you mean how would I punch me in the face? And they'd say, on a spiritual level, if I am you and you are me and we are a reflection of each other and we're all one connected in the universe, then whatever you're upset with is really just a reflection. You're just reflecting your anger and your issues onto me, and therefore I'm just mirroring it back to you. So really, is it me that punched you or you that punched yourself? And why did you choose to allow yourself to be hurt? It's this type of sociopathic, narcissistic, abusive type of language and brainwashing and gaslighting that I'm seeing. And do you see what I'm saying? It's that same type of mentality here. Well, it was in the proposal. Okay, so that's like a kid in school going in to get a test. They fail the test and the parents go, you failed this test, what happened? Well, I planned on not failing it. Great, that doesn't answer any questions. It's just one excuse after another. And I think the worst part is that we're also angry about, they're so smug about it. They're so smug about it. They're so smug about their failure that almost ended Trump's life. It just makes you so angry. They're like, well, if they had done what we proposed, this might not have happened. No, you guys should have done your job. Get them, police. Anthony G said that about 20 to 30 minutes before the shooting, local police assigned to the inside of the building warned the Secret Service security team by radio of a suspicious person with a golf range finder and backpack. Those officers also forwarded a photograph of that person, Anthony G said. Here's some more lies. Now, the police did say 20 to 30 minutes before the shooting, local police did warn them about this guy, sent the photo, and asked for backup. The lie is they said the police were assigned inside the building. The police said they couldn't man the building. And on top of that, guess who was in that building? Nobody. Because the information came out, to which the Secret Service has now confirmed nobody was in the building. Secret Service said we did have it manned. We had snipers. We had Secret Service agents in that building. And then, no, we didn't. But now the police are in the building? Why can't we get a straight answer from them? Is it because they're gaslighting liars? Is that why? It's like you don't trust an abusive ex. That's how I see the government at this point. Authorities from a number of jurisdictions were on the scene Saturday, and officials are still determining how the building was guarded and how the 20-year-old gunman, Thomas Matthew Crooks, reached the roof. But the twin warnings from local law enforcement first of insufficient manpower, then of man behaving strangely, add to questions about whether the Secret Service adequately planned for and provided adequate security for the high-stakes presidential campaign visit. Does it raise questions? I don't think they're questions at this point. I think we have anger and rage and we want some justice. If you guys didn't watch my video earlier, did you hear that there's going to be a hearing next week for what happened? Kim Cheadle, the director, who said she is not stepping down, the one who pushed for DEI, who had 5'2" women who didn't know how to use their holsters, guns, hid behind Trump when all this happened and screamed, "What are we doing? What are we doing?" That Kim Cheadle, they've had to subpoena her for the hearing because she point blank told them, "I don't know if I'm going to be free to go to your little congressional hearing about my mess up, about my F up." So they've had to subpoena her to make sure she shows up. That's how crooked this stuff is. This is the swamp that needs to be drained. I don't even care if you're on Trump's side or not. What he says still stands. The swamp needs to be drained. Oh, this makes me mad, guys. The warnings also underscore a tension that has emerged in recent days between federal and local authorities over who bears responsibility for security lapses preceding the attempted assassination. There's no question. The Secret Service. And also, I don't really like the Washington Post, the way they're writing this. They're writing kind of like a whodunit mystery. Why? This is cut and dry. Protecting the president is the Secret Service's job. They have a history of not protecting the former president. Former president and his team several times asked for more help from the Secret Service. They said no. The January 6th panel, along with a few other things, have now tried to take away Secret Service from him altogether for being a, quote, felon, unquote. This is what they've done. It's only on them. How and why I'm really, the police aren't perfect and there needs to be reform. There needs to be a lot of things that happen with the police. But why do we blame everything on the police? Just seems a little bit weird. Just gonna throw it out there. Just makes me so mad. The warnings also underscore a tension that has emerged in recent days between federal and local authorities over whose responsibility. And I like it, it's a tension. You mean the police are mad that they're being blamed, so they're fighting back, showing receipts? Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle, our favorite, who had previously stressed that local police were responsible for the outer security perimeter, issued a statement to the Post on Wednesday, stressing the importance of collaboration with local authorities. Isn't this the same Kimberly Cheadle that in the interview said, no matter what, it's a Secret Service job protecting the president, the buck stops here, we messed up. And now the statement is, she stresses the importance of collaboration with local authorities. Shut up, Kimberly. Shut up and go home. Shut up and go home. You single-handedly almost got a man killed because you needed to staff the place with women. I guess, when it comes to having babies, we should be having men birth babies because, well, it's not their natural element, but birthing babies needs to be diverse. The worst part is, as a former, slightly reformed New Ager, even though I still have a lot of those ideals and beliefs, and somebody who has a lot of weird, wacky spiritual ideals, I can argue both for or against the LGBT. I am pro-LGBT and that whatever consenting adults want to do, that is your right, that is your business, and you should have all the rights available to you, and I love you and I support you. And I can also say in terms of certain things, like gender and stuff, there are animals that can change their genders. There are animals that can, impregnate themselves if they're different genders, like, seahorses. There are areas of gray here that do happen in nature and evolutions that take place, which is amazing, which does give some thought to some of this stuff, the gender stuff. However, we also have to live in the realm of reality and the reality that we are currently in. Number one, what would it do for us biologically to try to evolve to that point when we have so many other issues going on right now? But number two, how is that beneficial for any of us? We need to allow people to do jobs that they are capable of doing. And if there are places where it is an unfair advantage, instead of just putting them in positions where they can't do it because they don't have the tools, we should get the tools to those people, i.e. get people out of poverty. But poverty isn't even the issue with the DEI and the Secret Service. We shouldn't be having small women, short women, guard 6-foot men, especially when they show that they don't know what they're doing and can't handle it. Oh, this just makes me mad. The Secret Service cannot do our job without state and local police partners, she said. They live and work in the communities and have the expertise to navigate those settings. Sure, they can help you and navigate. But Kimberly, it's your job to have the place staffed and have them staffed with qualified people, not just the random desk jockeys, the worst of the worst that then you go push out for Trump. Because we know that's exactly what y'all did. It just makes me so mad they're blaming local police on this. You cannot blame them. The security lapses are now the subject of multiple federal inquiries and prompted a call Wednesday by Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell for Cheadle to resign. The shooting left Trump wounded, one rally goer dead and 2 others critically injured. It is considered the most serious security failure by the Secret Service since the attempted assassination of then-President Ronald Reagan in 1981. Crooks, Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, used the AR-style rifle that was purchased legally by his father in 2013. Authorities have confirmed his father purchased more than a dozen guns over the years, but it was not immediately clear how many of those he still owned at the time of the shooting, 2 officials have said. The officials, speaking on the condition of anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation, also said a remote trigger device was found on the roof with Crooks after he was shot. The FBI had previously said that the rudimentary suspicious device were found in Crooks' vehicle near the shooting site, at the home where he lived with his parents. Authorities are still trying to determine why Crooks launched the attack. So far, they believe he acted alone. I want to summarize this again so you can understand. We have nobody manning that building. And then we have a shooter up there. So the shooter comes, the kid, Thomas, they know going through metal detectors, he goes through, they see the scope, they see all the suspicious stuff. He's on their watch list, but they lose track of him. Nobody's manning that building. He wanders around for 3 hours, goes to that building, scopes it out, gets that scope that's only meant for scopes with guns, does that 3 times. They see him 3 times. There was 26 to 30 minutes where they knew he was rooting around that building, doing all that creepy crawling on the ground, crawls up the side of it. In that, there was nobody manning that building. The local police said they gave about 30 minutes warning to Secret Service. Suspicious guy. What do? We need backup. We need help. Here's his photo. Secret Service says nothing. Now reports came out that it was actually the police officers shooting, that they did take shots at him. Now, we are told that the Secret Service snipers are the ones that took him out. Or were they? Was it the local police? Did the local police put that out there to make themselves look better? Or is it the local police did more than the Secret Service? Which I'm more inclined right now to believe the local police. So then Kimberly Cheadle comes out and she says, we couldn't have anybody on top of there because there was a slope, even though we've seen the slopes. The snipers were on slopes. We've had so many people, Secret Service agents and snipers on slopes, not even just this event. And that was even slopier. Then she says not to worry. We had the police who were manning the building. Then she said, not only that, we actually had snipers. We had people inside. We had our people. The Secret Service was inside that building. They were there. Now it's come out, Secret Service wasn't in that building. Oh, they were in a building adjacent. Now they're saying the police should have manned it, and the police said, we told you that we couldn't. And now they're saying, yeah, but it was in the proposal. And for us to do our jobs, we have to work with you guys. Let me ask you guys a question. Have we ever had a Secret Service failure this big where the Secret Service said, well, it's the fault of the police, they didn't do their job? The answer is no. And the reason is because I'm assuming most of the time the Secret Service has their crap together, has trained professionals, and actually goes in there and does their job. We were too focused on DEI for us to do that. And now they can't even own up to it. It was in the proposal. And basically, this whole thing it was in the proposal. And had it gone the way that we wanted, this wouldn't have happened. They had advanced warning. They had advanced information from the police. The police sound like they did their job and said, we can't man this. This isn't something we can do. So they just didn't. So Secret Service just didn't, and then said, well, they should have. Well, they should have. Do you think that local Butler County police have the same resources as Secret Service does? I told you guys this from the beginning. People keep saying it's either incompetence or conspiracy, and I say, how about both? How about Biden and the left decided they're going to create such a violent, divisive rhetoric that it would cause people like this to do things like that, and they were aware of it. And they basically said, we're going to do everything and give every opportunity to make Trump a sitting duck. They put in Kim Cheadle, a woman who clearly doesn't know what she was doing, came from Pepsi. I think she did some work with Biden before that, went to Pepsi, but she hadn't done, from my understanding, not like Secret Service type of work. They put in a woman who's not qualified to do any of this, doesn't know what she's doing, wants to focus on getting influencers in there and doing trainings with the influencers and doing DEI work to get more short women in there. That was the focus. And I think it was intentional. I think they intentionally wanted to make this the worst Secret Service they possibly could. They wanted to intentionally understaff it in the hopes that somebody will do something. So I think it's both. Do I think they necessarily directly recruited this kid? I don't know. I see anything's possible. But I'm always like, everybody wants to always jump one side or the other. I'm like, let's look at the shades of gray. Life's a rainbow. And I feel like the more information comes out, the more that's what it's looking like to me. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think about this information? What do you think about my assessment? What do you think about everything that we're hearing right now? Tell me your thoughts, guys. I love to hear them. Sound out in the comments. If you like content like this, make sure and subscribe, hit that notification bell. As well, guys, leave me a like. That's just a personal favor to me because everything helps me grow the channel. All right, guys, until the next video, I'm giving everybody hugs, mwah, kisses. Thank you so much for being here, watching with me, and just supporting me. I love you guys so much, and I have your back too, and I will see you in the next video.